Hello, 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 everyone. My name is Tiffany Bell, and I am your host of the CEO Corner. Welcome to another episode. So, as always, we've been bringing on a lot of our authors that have helped out with our affirmations for a woman on the move journal. Every day we come on, we want to make sure that you guys know that this is out here because it's very helpful. It's like, it's good to have just a practical tool that you can use to help guide your thoughts, to help you with your goals, to help you stay on point. Just knowing that there are other people out there that have walked before you that are willing to lean back and give you some information that can be helpful, again, in helping you to strategize in your next steps. Again, that's what Affirmations of a Woman on the Move is all about. So it's me and 38 other women that have come together and they have shared their favorite affirmation, their favorite scripture, their favorite quote, their favorite business tip. It's 76 days worth of journaling activity for you. And it's really cool because I love the way that it's formatted. Basically, when you open it up, we have inside, can you guys see that? You have your affirmation. You have your affirmation up top, just a little bit about the affirmation, the author, and then below here at the bottom is the contact information so that if you'd like to follow up and get to know some of our ladies, it's there. So how do you get your copy? Be sure to go to uncommoncourage.cc/affirm women. One more time, uncommoncourage.cc/affirm women. That's where you can get your copy. But for now, what I'm excited about, as every day we brought you guys like some really great people on today, I get to introduce you to yet another one of our favorite VIP authors, and her name is Jessica Toodle. So a little bit about Jessica. Jessica's a network marketer with Plannet Marketing in the area. Jessica's a network marketer with Plannet Marketing in the business of travel. She helps the average person like herself work towards an extraordinary income by creating multiple streams of income. So you guys will learn more about that a little later on. But for now, again, I want to introduce you to Miss Jessica Toodle. Jessica, welcome to the CEO Corner.
Thanks for having me. This is so exciting. I'm super excited.
Well, I am certainly glad to have you. So I remember the first time you and I spoke, and I can't say I remember if I said it in detail at the time. I want to put this book down. I don't know if I said it or not, but I was visiting. I had just left a funeral, and I was outside waiting for the burial portion to happen. And I just remember that you were bubbly, that your light it just shone very brightly, even even on the phone, even having to deal with the funeral. And so I just remember you stuck with me. And I'm not good with names either. But I remember you sharing a little bit about your story. I remember you telling me again that you had a couple of different businesses, and I remember that you worked from home and that you had children. I can't remember all of the story, but those are the pieces that stuck with me that day. And so again, it's been a pleasure and an honor to have you here to be a part of the Affirmations of a Woman on the Move journal. So again, I want to make sure that our audience has an opportunity to get to know a little bit about you as well. So one of the things that I did not read on your bio was that you are 31 years old, that you are a wife and a mom, I believe, of two, or is it three? Three. So tell us a little bit about how do you balance, again, being a wife, working from home with three kids, multiple businesses. Tell us a little bit about what balance looks like for you, and then even more, like I'm sure I'm only highlighting a couple of things that you're actually juggling. Tell our audience just some more about you so they'll have an opportunity to connect and relate to what you're doing and how you're handling it.
Well, I can say it's truly a blessing. And this amazing opportunity with Plannet Marketing, it definitely set ablaze to the importance of creating a task list to keep the flow of your home good. Also, doing something that you're passionate doing. When you are super passionate about what you're doing, it doesn't seem like work. Yes, the kids get loud sometimes, but we make a fun activity out of it. You're screaming, you're running. Okay, let's run upstairs and get some laundry done. Let's get all the clothes together. Let's put them in the basket. And so that's one thing that I am kind of like a stickler for, because I know that, as mothers, you are super consumed with the things that your children are doing. But what are you doing for yourself? How are you taking care of yourself? So that's kind of the direction when joining Plannet Marketing, understanding the importance of personal development. I was able to then get in touch with what I needed to, or get in touch with the person that I was before I had children. And that person was a learner. That person was loved new information, loved to talk with people. You said I had a bubbly personality. It wasn't all the way, all the times bubbly. I can say that because I allowed my situation to take precedence over what I was doing. So when it comes to hard times, guess what? I know what they look like and I know what they feel like, but I have a confidence in Jesus Christ. So I don't need to be slumped over and sad and down, and I don't need to be that way. So yes, that's why I'm bubbly and that's why I'm working.
I love it, love it, love it, love it. So you mentioned a little bit about self-love, self-care a little bit ago. And so it's interesting that you'd say that. I have found, I've talked to a couple of girlfriends just in the past, maybe a week and a half, that I really have kind of neglected myself in those areas. Really just in over serving, not so much that I had just so much going on, like I was fighting to maintain balance, but more of probably doing more for other people, things I could have very easily have said no to, mind you. But I found that, I do enjoy serving. Like naturally, I am a helps person. Like I will volunteer before I realize that it's come out of my mouth and my brain. I am already doing whatever the thing is that's needed. So I really have to fight at taking time out to make sure that Tiffany is the priority versus letting other people become the priority. So, again, I guess in my mind, what are the things that you do specifically that you prioritize that's specifically just for Jessica? It's not about being a mom. It's not about being, a wife. It's not about being the CEO of your business, but just straight Jessica, the person. What do you do to prioritize yourself?
To put myself first, and it's kind of a tough question because I'm a lot like what you described. I'm the type of person that, I can serve, I can help, I can give you 100% of my attention and all my efforts. But when it comes to myself, I put that on the back burner. But the one thing that has helped me bring myself forward is personal developing. So reading books, that's what personal development looked like for me. A lot of books, I wasn't a big reader because a lot of books did not catch my attention.
Okay.
But once I learned like success principles, top 10 distinctions between millionaires, middle class, started reading John C. Maxwell, I'm just like, whoa, what kind of world am I living in? Because I'm not living, I'm just yet existing. And that's what I had to understand, that I can't just exist. I have to be a whole person for my children and for my husband. So what a whole person looks like is a person who knows where they're going and how they are going to get there and what steps are necessary and what the process looks and feels like. So that reading, long bubble baths, long walks on the beach. that's me all in a nutshell.
Cool. So, so you work with women primarily, correct? All right. So, what do you find that the women that you work with now? So, when it comes to travel,
Mhm.
So it's living. Actually, let me stop with this. Tell the audience just a little bit about both of your ventures.
Okay, so I'm a network marketer in the business of travel. So what that looks like is I have a travel product. That's the product. I am
Okay.
selling travel agencies.
Okay.
So I share an opportunity for the average person to earn extraordinary income based off of multiple streams of income. And based off of the amazing opportunity with Planet Marketing, he has allowed, Mr. Donald Bradley has allowed a legacy income to be a part of the, I would say, the sprinkle on top,
Okay.
because it's, you work hard,
Uh-huh.
but you don't sell travel.
Okay.
Travel finds you. So that's exactly what I
Okay.
do.
All right. So I'll need you to talk just a little bit more about travel finds you. Tell me, what does that mean? Travel finds you. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So if we're talking about travel finds me, we're talking about social media. We're talking about, we're sitting on, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn. A lot of people, they would just want to go somewhere. Being that, we were stagnant for a moment
Mhm.
because of the pandemic, but
Mhm.
now people have a fear of missing out. So they are taking any opportunity to pack up their bags and just go. So a local travel. I personally do a lot of local travel with my children and my husband. We get in a car, go on a road trip, we document that. And once that's documented, I post it on social media. And a lot of people say, okay, where are you going? And then I can then describe my next destination, even on a budget. Travel, a lot of times, if you can't do the big extravagant trips, it's okay that you can't do them. The local travel and getting in a car, I look at the road like a mind relaxer. Like, I can
Gotcha.
just take
Gotcha.
my mind off of what's going on. But travel, everybody needs it and everybody wants to do it, not only for a lifestyle, but for the social media cred, or for the experience, for the bucket list,
Yeah.
for the yeah, for everything.
So when for the ladies that when they equip you, tell me, how do you equip them in regard to the personal development side? How does that part play a role within travel with your ladies?
Okay. So women of all ages, there are a couple things that is necessary to do, to in order to be centered, in order to get yourself in a stable position. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times it's your network. And I've read a lot about the importance of utilizing your network to increase your net worth. So that's the personal development side, reading books, finding out, okay, who do I need to be in constant communication with? Who is in my circle? Who am I listening to? Who am I reading? So it's important as women to not look for the conversations with the negative Nancy, because negative Nancy not paying, negative Nancy isn't, increasing your worth, increasing your wealth. But on a positive side, once you find someone, once you are around in a circle of individuals who have the same dreams and the same goals as you do, you can take off. The sky is the limit. I met Miss Tiffany Bell through a connection, through a network with Miss Monique Grant. It was absolutely amazing. And it's just one of those things I can check off my list, like, we did this.
Yeah.
And I can confidently say we did this because I let go of the things that were holding me back. I let go of the limitations that a lot of people put on mothers, that the limitations they put on our demographic, or where we grew up, or our social economic status. I had to really take a turn. So what that turn looked like was a paradigm shift. I had to shift my mindset, and now I'm here.
That would be a great, that's a great segue into the affirmation journal. But before I camp out there, I would love, you talked a little bit about limitations. So again, with the people that end up, joining your team or connecting with you, as they are, beginning their personal development journey, how many of those ladies do you find are experiencing limitations that they honestly have placed on themselves? And then how do how are you encouraging them to kind of walk out of that? How do you go from thinking one thing to another? How does that coaching, so to speak, happen within your ladies that you work with?
So the women that I work with are all similar to myself. Some people they have more wisdom than others.
Mm-hmm.
It's about helping, in a sense, helping the underdog really come to the individual that they want to be, or the type of leader, or the type of travel specialist, or the type of legacy builder. So when it comes to limitations, the limitations are only what you set for yourself. Limitation. I understand that you can have environmental limitations, you can have physical limitations, you can have financial limitations, but all those things can be debunked or can be an excuse.
Okay. So how do you identify an excuse compared to a reason, or that whole thing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good question, and that's kind of it's a difficult question. The reason why I say it's a difficult question, because everybody has reasons. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people have reasons that are restrictive. Mm-hmm. And the reasons that are restrictive, sometimes you don't have control over. But the reasons that are restricting, you do have control over. Because a lot of those restricting.
No, keep going. I'm saying okay. I'm digesting what you're saying. I love that you went from restrictive to restricting, and just clarifying the difference between the two. So continue. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make it seem like I was interrupting. I was eating. I'm like, yes.
I appreciate that. Look, I feel a little more confident.
Oh yeah, no. You're doing great. Honestly, good meat.
Meat and potatoes.
Yes,
but yeah. So the restrictive, a lot of times you have, physical restrictions, being you're not able to. Mm-hmm. A lot of people, the restricting is the things really close to or aligned with the things that you just won't let yourself mentally go past. Mm-hmm. And so it's just, when you talk about limitations, when you really, discuss the limitations and discuss excuses, I can say I have a low tolerance for excuses. Why? Because everybody has them. Hey, that's what it is. Everybody has. I can have an excuse for it. Yeah, everybody has them. But it's how you're gonna overcome. That's the success story I love to hear, and I want to help you uncover and dive into how we can overcome that restriction. Because it's not restrictive. It's only restrict you mentally. You have to, yeah. So it's a mental thing, changing your mindset.
Very much like the affirmation that you used. That like what you said, for the most part, it just goes hand in hand. Success is a journey. So what I would love for you to do now, if you don't mind, I just like for you to take, a few minutes, and I want you to share a bit about your affirmation. I want the affirmation that that you shared here within the affirmation journal. I want you to talk about how that affirmation has helped to shape and to focus your goals, your mindset, your heart. And then I would also love for you to, just encourage the woman out in the audience that might, have some restrictions around her, but they're the ones that can be set aside. If she's swimming in the victim mentality, what is it that you can, please encourage her to stand up and be able to walk forward. And then of course, be sure that our ladies know if they'd like to have an opportunity to work with you, because having multiple streams of income, that we all need that, right? I don't think that we all need that, and especially when I think what my thoughts are over having multiple streams of income. What it's not just it is something to me that helps to kind of build legacy. And so if you could again just kind of talk around all of that, I'm going to sit back and just listen. All right, I'm leaning in.
Okay, awesome. Look, I stay ready, right? We have to stay ready. But the quote that I wanted to talk about was "Success is a journey, not a destination" by Zig Ziglar. I chose that quote because everyone's journey looks different. Everyone's process is different. Everyone's stumbling blocks are different. Everyone's hiccups, they're different. Why? Because we are different. We are all individuals. We have individual goals. We have individual dreams. And one thing that I found true is that the only way that we could redirect the journey and the path that we are on is simply by changing our circle and changing our life. I like to say that change the circle, change the life. But it's so true, because success, the journey that we're on, nobody is going to get there following every single step. So I was reading this book, and I was reading top 10 distinctions between millionaires and middle class. And the 10th distinction is I wrote it down. It's right here. Okay. The 10th distinction is millionaires think long term. So that was really important, and that stuck out to me, because it's not what we're doing right now. It's not who we are impacting right now. It's not what opportunity we choose right now. It's about the legacy that we are leaving. And a lot of times you may be a little nervous, like, okay, a legacy, that's a big, harsh word. But guess what? Legacy, that is how you establish and how you put your imprint on this world. And that imprint, it lasts from generation to generation to generation. So it's important to find and important to attach yourself to someone, or attach yourself to an opportunity that mirrors exactly what you want to accomplish in this lifetime. So I attach myself to Affirmations for a Woman on a Mission, because that attachment and that connection has allowed me to take the focus off of myself and to allow women like us who are going through, who are looking at each situation like, okay, this stumbling block, this one is gonna crush me. Affirmations of a Woman, you go through each page and you write down your deepest thoughts and your deepest emotions, and you have a journal full of thoughts, and those thoughts written out are thoughts out of your mind. So can we wake up and stretch and enjoy the beautiful sunshine? Of course we can. Can we be a stronger person and a stronger survivor and someone who's living to tell a story? Absolutely, we can, but we have to process it. Everybody's process is different. Everybody's process look different. But the first thing you have to do is change your network, and your network is directly connected with your network. So it's a couple things as women that we need to do. We need to get away from negative Nancy. Run, because she negative. Do you want that? Stand steadfast in what you believe in. Stand steadfast. You believe in Jesus Christ. You believe God. You need to stand steadfast in that. You need to be strong and unmovable and unshakable. Why? Because that's where your faith lies. And that's the support and the cushion that you really need in your life when you come across those stumbling blocks, or when you don't know which way to go and you really cannot find the way out. And the next thing I want to talk about is stop shrinking yourself to fit in places that you've outgrown.
Mm.
You grew out of that. You grew out of the crew. You grew out of the trend. You grew out of the wave. Stop shrinking yourself. You don't have to be the person that you were when you initially joined this opportunity, or you initially took on success massively. So the next thing that you can do is, if you desire a legacy and you desire multiple streams of income, let's work together. Why? Because you definitely need a support system to make sure you are on the right path to reach the goals that you have. And you cannot reach those goals if you're still stuck in the same place with the same people in the same environment. And what you're going to do is you're going to connect with me. Why? Because we're going somewhere. We are going somewhere. We're bigger than just this virtual meeting. We're bigger than the struggles that's around us. We're bigger than our environment. We're bigger than our problem. Why? Because God loves us. And he sent his only begotten son, Jesus Christ, to die for our sins. So that's the confidence that we now have. But get around people who have the same mentality. Get around those individuals and run towards that desire to have multiple streams of income. Connect with me. We can definitely get you to the place where where the money is finding you. But first you have to desire and want and change your mindset and do a paradigm shift to get there. And we can break down these walls. We can break down these barriers. We can break down what he say, she say. We can break down negative Nancy. They can't even say anything to you because you're unstoppable. So guess what? Let's do it.
I enjoyed listening to you, Jessica. So a couple of things you said really stood out to me. I don't know if you could hear me in the background. I was like, oh, I'm not on mute, but I was like, as we were talking through. But one of the first thing that I heard, I was like, it's just so true. It's a habit that I have developed since, like, I've practiced really since high school, and that is, I realized, you talked about attaching yourself, like being mindful of the people that you attach yourself to. And I recognized, in probably even maybe earlier in high school, that I needed to attach myself to people that I viewed that were smarter than me, who had better habits than what I had. I could see success on the wings. And I was like, I need to be beside them. And it wasn't so much just so that I could be successful per se, but it was really about making sure that how to put it, I did not want to take what they had, but I saw that they had something that I did not have, and I needed to learn. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so, like like you said, you can attach yourself to all the negative Nancy's in the world, but all that's going to do is just keep keep you down. I feel like there's this, like, that is so true. And then on top of that, I also believe in clearing, right? And so what I mean by that is, there's the attachment to people because of the potential for growth that you can have by having the right people in your circle. But you touched on this, which is, all right, so when you cap out, when you have grown as much as you can, again, that's not just based on people, that's also within the organization. Once you have reached the top and you're no longer able to grow, that person no longer brings the best out of you, it's time to move on. And it doesn't necessarily mean like we can't be friends, we can't be buddies, but the dynamics of our relationship has to take a shift, because again, I am no longer bringing the best out of you. You may no longer be bringing the best out of me. I'm not inspiring you to rise to your highest potential. And once we lose that, then again, it's time to clear and make room for someone else to move, or it's time to walk away and find that next destination for yourself. So I love you touched on several pieces in there. I was like, man, she done said a mouthful. Love it. So, all right. So, Ms. Jessica, I want you to tell everyone again. Let me back up. So, ladies, as you're listening, she is full of good, of wisdom, right? And so I love that her goal is to help people create, women in particular, right? Create multiple streams of income, right? To be that person, to be the CEO, not just of your business, but really, in my mind, this journal is all about becoming the CEO of your life, of your own mind, right? And so with that, I would love for you guys to get in contact with Jessica, and we'll tell you how to follow up with her in just a moment. But between now and then, I'd like for you to connect with her specifically so you can get one of these journals in your hand. Again, this is 76 days worth of mind focus, being able to focus your mind and move in the direction that that you want to, and being able to stay on point. These women have done it, and they are doing it. So you want to go to uncommoncourage.cc/affirm women. And again, uncommoncourage.cc/affirm women. And when you go to the page, I want you to scroll down and you'll see Jessica's picture. Click on her face, and then you'll be able to buy a copy of the journal directly from her. So again, uncommoncourage.cc. It's written for you right here at the bottom of the screen. Miss Jessica, why don't you close out by letting the ladies know where they can connect with you, and give them one more invitation to work with you directly.
Thank you. Thank you for this platform. It's absolutely amazing. And okay, so it's a couple platforms, guys. So I'm gonna take my time out, and I will be detail oriented and make sure I get through them. So of course, Facebook is a huge thing. www.facebook.com/Jessica Toodle. One, that was amazing. And then you have Instagram. Instagram is Jessica Travel Toodle. I have a TikTok page. I just recently got into TikTok. Jessica Toodle 3. Also, if you're booking any travel, jessicatoodle.intellitravel.com. And if you are willing and you are for sure open to an opportunity to have multiple streams of income and build a legacy, I'm connected with Plannet Marketing. So with you feel free to connect with me either on one of those platforms, and we can talk. We can have some dialect. We can talk back and forth, and I can share with you the amazing opportunity. And is that it? I think
What's
that's
that? Yeah. Sorry, I gave you a long list. So basically, ladies, follow the links that she mentioned are, minimum. Go to Toodaloo Travelers. Connect with her. And so again, Jessica, thank you so much again for coming on the show today. Definitely enjoyed hearing all of your wisdom, all of the, lots of nuggets. Good meat, good meat, good meat. So with that, again, my name is Tiffany Bell. It has been a pleasure connecting with you all. We will see you again on the next episode of the CEO Corner. You guys take care. Bye.